beast! Ah!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage filmography podcast. I'm Elizabeth,
I'm Megs.
and this week we watched 2023's The Retirement Plan, starring Nicolas Cage and a whole bunch of people that you have never seen before, and also Jackie Earle Haley and Ron Perlman. This movie is very confusing. It starts out with a girl named Ashley sitting in a car, and out of a building comes her husband, Jimmy, and his friend, Mitch. Mitch has been shot in the gut. Mitch dies very quickly. It turns out that Jimmy has stolen a drive from Donnie, played by Jackie Earle Haley. He says that this is their ticket out, and he sends Ashley and their daughter, Sarah, to the Cayman Islands to stay with Ashley's estranged father, played by Nicolas Cage. Ashley is not able to get 2 tickets to the Cayman Islands, so she puts Sarah on the one flight and says that she'll follow the next day, but she gets picked up by Donnie's goons. Sarah has never met her grandfather before. She is sent to an address where she is asking if his name is Matt or Joe. She's looking for a Matt or a Joe. No, it is never explained why he has 2 names, even though she asks specifically multiple times. Matt asks what she's doing there. She explains that she thinks her parents are in trouble and that up until yesterday she thought he was dead. Ashley has been captured by Donnie and his goons, so has Jimmy. Jimmy's been beaten up very severely and we will never see Jimmy again, so I think we can just assume that he died. Ashley and 2 of the goons go to the Cayman Islands to try to retrieve the drive that was stolen. And that's where we learn that Matt, Nicolas Cage, is a badass assassin who apparently taught Rambo everything that he knows. He kills the 2 people that escorted Ashley, but unfortunately there was a third man who gets in the car where Sarah has been hiding, so now the bad guys have Ashley's daughter.
Specifically, Ron Perlman, his character is Bobo.
Yes.
He's kidnapped Sarah. And thank goodness it was him and not someone that we didn't know.
A bunch of shit goes down, a lot of people are killed, and eventually Donnie was like, fuck it, I'll just take care of this myself. He goes to the Cayman Islands, kidnaps Sarah and Ashley, and Matt is forced to follow behind them with the drive. It all culminates in a mansion in Miami where Matt slaughters literally everyone alive, and his CIA handler shows up to demand the drive and hand it to a politician, and then Matt gets in a boat and goes back to the Caymans. The end.
Yeah.
So this movie is very confusing. It is a heist movie, and it is an intrigue movie that is not explained very well. And there is a lot of clandestine phone calls where somebody picks up the phone and calls a person, but you don't know who they're talking to, and they're like, I will have the drive and blah 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 blah. And it's in better hands, it could have been an interesting way to go about unfurling the story, but in these lesser hands, it is confusing and stupid. I don't know, Megs, what did you think?
I think that's a fair assessment. I tried to look at it, I think, through a less objective lens, just because, I mean, you know that I love action movies, but I also have a real soft spot in my heart for the retired action star movies.
Oh, speaking of, I completely forgot to mention that Ernie Hudson is in this, and I love him.
Yeah. So our big names are Nic Cage, Ernie Hudson, Jackie Earle Haley, and Ron
Ron
Perlman.
Perlman.
And they all gave, I think, excellent performances.
Yes.
But yeah, this is not the kind of movie that like Bruce Willis's Red was. It's not the kind of movie like the Expendables franchise is. This is a very different kind of old, retired, badass kind of movie. It's rather than being very serious and over dramatic, it's kind of very campy to me.
So I actually
And
had
ridiculous.
a problem. I had a problem with the tone of the movie because it cannot decide if it wants to be an action-packed thriller or if it wants to be a CIA comedy.
Right. And like the fucked up part is that it still follows like the basic timeline of the like the narrative that we're used to seeing in these kind of movies where it's like an old man who's charged with the rescuing of a young girl and shenanigans ensue, but at the end of the day he wins. Like
Yeah.
it follows the same kind of formula, but it honestly makes its own routes to get there, and none of them make sense. Rarely do they connect. Like you said, we never see Jimmy again. That's never resolved for us. There's also no resolution with his daughter and his granddaughter at the end because they're the ones that have been held hostage at this mansion. And when his CIA handler from back in the day when he used to be handled by this person shows up, she's left with them while he walks away to talk to a politician and then gets on a boat and fucks off.
Yeah,
you have no idea what happens.
He asks the politician, what's going to happen with my family? I just reconnected with them. I need my family.
Yeah.
And the politician is like, after this is all over, we will send them to the Caymans and you can reunite and you can go on your merry way.
And we're just supposed to assume that that's what happened.
In the meantime, we need you to get in this boat and disappear yourself. The Caymans are about 380 nautical miles, about that away.
Right.
And it's never really explained, although I didn't have a problem with it. They don't explain why he has to go away. It's a fair assumption to make that he's a ghost.
Yeah.
And they can't have him there as the cops show up. And in the scene where he's talking with the politician, the police sirens are getting louder and louder and louder, and they're coming and they're coming and they're coming. And it's very, he makes it seem very imperative that Matt leave as soon as he can.
After telling him that he's going to use this drive in order to further his own career as the governor, like to run for governor of Florida.
Right.
Yeah, it's all very shisty. It's all very like shady. And like this movie I don't feel was cut correctly because there's so many plot holes. Like we have an entire side story with his handler and her subordinate who
So here's okay. I think I figured this out.
Go ahead.
So, okay. There's Donnie and Hector are the bad guys.
Right.
Fitzsimmons.
Hector is Donnie's boss.
Yes. Fitzsimmons is the lower level CIA agent who is playing both sides. Right. And it becomes apparent at the end that Fitzsimmons' boss knew Fitzsimmons was playing both sides, which is why she shoots him.
Right.
Basically,
but like, the thing is, like, we come into this situation, like, everything is just very convenient. So the CIA is trying to build a case against Hector. And, like, this is not told to us. This is not exposition that is given to the audience. This is something that we have to piece together on our own throughout the entirety of the movie. So Hector is, I'm guessing, a drug lord. I think this is drugs, right? It's drugs?
I don't know. It's never
they never really say.
It's never specified. Are they human traffickers? Are they drug lords?
Right.
Just
at the end we get like a long laundry list of like different things that this group is like associated with.
Right.
But I think for the purposes at the end with the politician, it was drugs, I think, or crime. It was crime. I'm sorry. It's just very generic, blanketed crime.
Crime.
It's just
capital
crime.
Capital C crime.
Because that's what he said that's what the politician said at the end. He's like, I just took down the entire East Coast crime syndicate. It's just crime. So anyways, the CIA is building a case against this whatever group that does crime. And Hector is the person that is in charge of that. And somehow I don't even know how Jimmy got involved, but Jimmy works for Donnie, who is Hector's subordinate. He's just a driver.
Jimmy was Donnie's driver.
Right. And he overheard a conversation between Donnie and Hector one day about this drive and decided
thought
to
he
steal
could
it.
steal it. He thought he could steal it, and he was somehow working for the CIA at the same time.
Right.
So
so like our entire introduction to the two CIA agents is when that whole operation has gone tits up because Jimmy's gotten captured by Donnie. Like, and then conveniently, the drive ends up in the hands of a former asset. And like everything is just, it's just like Nicolas Cage Ex Machina the entire time. Like it's a heist movie. It's an espionage thriller. It's an action film.
It's a comedy.
I will say, I did not dislike this movie to the point that like I would like say that it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's poorly edited, but I am gonna say that my favorite interactions through the entire movie are Ron Perlman's character and the daughter character Sarah.
Yes, Bobo and Sarah are fantastic.
Yeah. The fact that they're Bobo and Sarah. They sound like circus animals.
And they're talking about Othello, and they're intelligently talking about Othello through the entire thing. And she's a 12-year-old girl who's reading Othello for the first time. And he's a 70-year-old man who's explaining Iago. And she literally asks him, why does Othello put so much stake in Iago when anybody can see that Iago is just manipulating Othello for his own means? And it really makes Bobo kind of pause and stop and think about what he is doing.
Yeah.
And his code and the way that he is acting. You know who I think the best character in this movie is?
Sarah?
No. You ready for this?
Yeah, who?
Nicolas Cage's wig.
You know what? Shut up. I think you're right. Listen, his hairpiece was so good. It was so good. It looked 100% natural.
It's gray and it's mangy and it's kind of, long, like a surfer cut.
Like a beach bum haircut.
Yes.
He very much looks like a beach bum, which is what he's meant to be in all of this. But yeah, like, no, that's probably definitely the best character. The best writing happened in the conversations between Sarah and Bobo. Everything else feels very stilted.
I think my favorite scene was when Nic Cage, Matt comes back. He and Sarah have been off having breakfast. Mm-hmm. They come back to the house. Ashley and Bobo and Goon number 1 are waiting for them.
Yeah, whatever his name was. The General, that's what his name was.
Yeah, so he kills General real quick. And then Bobo and Matt have this fight that is just a geriatric slugfest.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
It is so funny. It's one of my favorite things in this entire movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, like, this movie didn't make me angry at it. It didn't.
No.
Like, I just kind of have some mildly positive feelings about it, but for the most, I'm just like, meh.
It was disappointing. I'm not mad at it. I'm just disappointed.
I mean, it was what it was. It was Nicolas Cage's retirement movie.
So there's this great scene where he's killed the general and he is telling his daughter Ashley, who has not pieced shit together yet. He's like, you've got to help me. We got to get rid of this body. So they take the body and they wrap it in plastic. I forgot about this. They wrap it in plastic, they duct tape it, and they take it on a boat, and they take it out into the middle of the ocean. And Sarah's like, what if somebody finds the body? And he goes, Ashley says, what if somebody finds the body? And Matt says, are you kidding me? This is the Cayman Trench. It goes 5 miles down. Nobody will ever find it. Cut to underwater, the body falling down as these snorkelers just fucking pass right by it.
So fucking funny.
There are surreal moments. There are surreal moments like that in this movie where you're like, okay, it is trying to be funny.
It really did. And some of it was.
Yes.
Some of it was just dumb in the face, though. Like, at the beginning, when Jimmy and Mitch are in the back seat and Ashley's, like, trying to be the getaway driver, and they get to the pier, they're getting on a boat to go to their house. Like, that's how everybody, I guess, in Florida gets around, is by boats. And that's fine. But they're, like, torching the evidence. So he pulls Mitch out of the car and onto the ground just to go into his pocket to get the drive, because his intention is to set the car on fire. So why not leave him in there?
Right. Why not burn the body? The body is literally
Also,
left laying next to the car that is on fire.
Also, second point, dumb in the face, he only pours gasoline on the outside of the car.
Yeah.
Why? And I just want to
Yeah.
also say, just a quick shout out, the guy that played Jimmy, he's a hey, it's that guy to me, but not really to anybody else. Most people would know him from having been on the show Letterkenny. It's not on, hang on. We're just going to have to cut some of that space because his name isn't even in the cast list on Rotten Tomatoes, Elizabeth. So funny.
Well, because Jimmy is just like, wait, is it Mitch or Jimmy that's, hey, it's that guy?
Jimmy.
All right, so Jimmy at least has a couple lines, but he disappears from the film very quickly.
He does. He's only in that first bit, and then in the bit right after Ashley gets caught at the airport. And then he only has speaking lines right at the beginning. His name is Jordan Johnson Hines, and most people would know him as Fisky from Letterkenny. And it was kind of weird to watch him on screen without him saying Boomtown at any point. That was just for me. That was just for me to put in because I wanted it to be in the episode. I was excited to see him in an actual movie. That was pretty cool. But again, the things that they had him do were just dumb in the face.
You know, you just said that he's in an actual movie. If it weren't for Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman, and to a lesser extent, Jackie Earle Haley, this would not be an actual movie. This would be somebody's student film.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely got that tone.
The direction is not very good. The editing is shit. The pacing is bizarre.
Very.
And, yeah, it's
like, and there are things that just don't make sense, right? Like, it's not explained to you when Sarah is caught at the airport why she is not on the plane. Like, Jimmy has just said, take our kid, get on the plane, on the first plane you can, go to the Cayman Islands. So first of all, this appears to be a private airfield that only serves the Cayman Islands. There's not supposed to be any kind of connection between her and her father. Nobody knows that he's around, that he's alive. So, number one, it's not explained to us until like 20 minutes later why she's not on that plane, or two, how they even found her at that airport. Did Jimmy betray her?
Yeah, it's
because we
not
never
explained.
get to know.
You're right. It's never explained.
So dumb.
Well, let me pull up our handy dandy little list here. What would we rate this movie?
I mean, I don't want to say, like, it's not high. I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess I could give it a C. Maybe like a C minus. I wouldn't say it's a D. I wouldn't say it's that bad. Like, this could have been, honestly, it could have just been like a middle of the road kind of pedestrian film. Had the editing been better?
Yeah.
I mean, because there are scenes that we see where, like, it's clear that the intention of the writing was there. Like, yeah. There are some bits that are very smart. The dialogue, like I said, between Bobo and Sarah, all of it is very intelligent. The way that, Nicolas Cage, again, his body work, his fucking wig, like, he's a master at what he does. Like, I think that if it had been edited better, it could have been, a good effort, though. I mean, C minus is where I'm feeling it. What are you thinking?
I could go for a C minus. It's written and directed by the same person, Tim Brown. Let's see if he's got anything. Hey, he's got a pretty good filmography. He's just not very good. So he's executive produced a bunch of things. He has directed 3 movies. Treasure Hounds, Buckley's Chance, and The Retirement Plan. And he wrote Buckley's Chance and The Retirement Plan.
Yeah. And something called The Cradle. So, I mean, this was only his third real attempt, I guess, at writing a movie. I guess we can,
He could use a writing partner, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, I don't know who edited it or if that editing was intentional, but it was really confusing. It was hard to follow. I think it ended up creating plot holes where there probably weren't or didn't need to be. But
so now the all-important question, what do we give the caginess of it? Because let's face it, he's a badass.
He is. And he's so fluid about it. Like, he's so relaxed.
He looked skinny in this movie. Is he eating? I'm concerned for him.
Well, I mean, he is supposed to be a beach bum. Maybe he dropped some weight on purpose.
Maybe.
I would say he was he was really smooth in this role. He seemed very comfortable. The bit with the rope was kind of comical when he's trying to get the three bad guys that have found their hotel room that conveniently and hilariously happens to be like 2 doors down from where his kidnapped granddaughter is. Like, that was funny. The trick with the rope was very smooth. It was very cute. I don't know. I would probably give him a B. I think I'd give him a B.
Yeah, for being a drunk beach bum, he is very much in charge and knows exactly what to do, and may not be the most communicative father ever, but is definitely there for his child, is definitely there to help get her out of this. Can we take a moment and talk about the actress that played Ashley?
Yeah.
She sucked.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because acting is a very difficult profession, and she was giving it something. It just didn't feel like 100%. And her facial expressions are monotone. And she had 2 modes. Mode 1 was, oh my God, where's my daughter? And mode 2 was, I hate my father.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. A lot of it was...
So part of it is not the actress. Part of it is just how poorly written the character is.
Yeah.
But the actress did not help it.
No, and I mean, as far as believability and her body language, it was very wooden, other than terror. She's good at terror.
Yeah.
That's Ashley Greene. She played Alice in the Twilight Saga. And to be fair, she was good in that series. But it was all very, kind of like dark and broody and not funny really in like any way. It was just a lot of like, and then like being scared.
Yeah.
Which she's good at, acting like she's terrified. The opening scene and then her when she gets caught and she's
there are scenes where she's a badass. Like, she pops up out of the bottom of that boat and shoots Bobo with a harpoon.
Yeah.
And still just looks fucking frightened instead of like empowered.
Yeah, I think that a lot of it is really down to the writing. Like I said, I haven't seen her in a whole lot. I know I've seen her in the Twilight Saga because I took my kiddo to see all those. And she wasn't a terrible actress in that movie. I honestly think that it just comes down to writing. I know that she hasn't been in like a ton of stuff, but she's been in enough. Maybe she just didn't understand her motivation. Maybe she couldn't connect to the character in every way. Maybe she's just not good at comedy.
Which is completely fair because it's very hard to connect to this movie. It's very hard to understand what the plot is. And maybe that translated to the acting not being as stellar as it could have been.
Because like in any scene where she wasn't, actiony or, being terrified, she just seemed very wooden.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because of that, but it's understandable with what my experience of the movie is. Because I mean, like, even Ernie Hudson was a little like stilted. It seemed a lot more like sitcom-y, chummy sort of.
Ernie Hudson was the only natural actor in the entire fucking film.
You really feel that way? I don't know. I feel like it was missing a little bit of something, but
I feel everybody was so wooden and so rote, and it seemed like the vast majority of, like, it didn't seem like Jackie Earle Haley understood what the bigger picture was. He was just playing goon.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it felt like. I don't know.
So let's go back to the caginess of it. What were we going to give it as a Cage score?
I think I would be comfortable giving him a B, because I don't think that he necessarily was bad at the performance.
B for Beach Bum.
B for Beach Bum. B for Beach Bum. Beach Bum Cage. Yep.
And again, just fucking loved his hair.
Honestly, though, no, it was good. We need
I
to make sure.
I was watching it and I was like, ooh, Granddad can get it.
Yeah, it was probably the first thing that I was impressed with when he rolled over on the beach to look up at Sarah, and I was like, is that real hair? No, that's not his real hair. I know what his real hair looks like, and it's not that, but that is a good fucking wig. And it was.
Yeah.
It was.
We need an Oscar category for wigs specifically.
I agree. I 100% agree. Because it's fucking brave to wear those sometimes.
All right, folks. This is a pass from us.
It is a pass from us. I mean, if it happens to be on, you happen to catch it, you may enjoy it, you may not.
Oh, that's the thing though. It took me 5 sittings to get through this movie.
Yeah, I had to start it over.
I started it over too because it had been a couple of days and I was like, fuck, I'm only like half an hour in. Might as well start it over. And I would get 40 minutes into it and be like, I gotta go fuck off and do something else for 20 minutes.
And it's only like an hour and 40 minutes long. Like, it's not a long movie.
Not a long movie.
No. Yeah, I would say pass. It wasn't great. It's not a movie that I hate. Is it worth the watch? Nah, I don't think so.
Well, there you have it, folks. Not really worth the watch, but Nicolas Cage had amazing hair.
Yeah.
So, if you like following along with us, please like and subscribe and give us a review and a rating in the podcaster of your choice. Also, you can follow us on Patreon at Not the Bees, and we are on Instagram at Not the Bees Pod, where every week we will post a picture of the movie that we're watching, a picture or 3, and that's our socials. That's where you can find us.
And we'd love for you guys to follow along.
So that's it for this week. I've been Elizabeth.
And I've been Megs.
And we'll catch you next time.